Today we are looking at Summer Dior. I have the two eyeshadow quints. I have Coral Flame and Pastel Glow. Now I'm only wearing one of them today. I'll show you how I got this look. We'll talk about what's coming out for summer in Dior, and we'll talk about how I feel about these quints. This is the summer collection, so it's a lighter, more luminescent collection, but we all know how I feel about some of the changes to the Dior formula. So anyway, let's just go ahead and dive in. So the full Dior collection, it's the limited edition Dior, and some of it's been dropping piece by piece. The nude Dior Maximizer is over on Sephora during the sale. The lipstick cases are on Saks. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it's intentionally happening or anyway. There are the two quints. Yes, quints. There are two quints, which I'll show you today. Then there's the nude Maximizer. There are blushes in Poppy Coral and Pink Lilac. Those are the backstage formulas. I have seen them swatched. They don't seem to swatch well, which seems to be the thing with the new backstage blushes. I will get them both so you can see them, but they do look better on the face than they do on swatches. That's what I've seen. Then there's the Poppy Coral and the Pink Lilac. I'm just trying to see if that's just the blushes. Yes. Okay. In the lip glows. And then there is a Dior Addict, whatchamacallit, lip tint. Why couldn't I think of that? Lip tint. The bright coral red. I don't know. I don't really like the lip tint, to be honest with you. This is not my thing. But we'll see. Maybe they've changed the formula. It's really hard to tell. So these are, again, limited edition. They are Coral Flame and Pastel Glow. So today I'm going to do Pastel Glow. I think that's going to be the more popular one. I will do the other one, Coral Flame, with the products when they come out. I should have the nude Maximizer soon because I did get it during the Sephora sale, but I'll swatch it for you today, both of them, so you can see the colors anyway. And then I can give you an idea about the formula and what we think. Dior used to be my favorite formula, and now it just depends. So first let's take a look at Coral Flame. So the shades I'll have go up over here. So it's very warm toned. They're all very satiny. I'd say satin, a little bit of shimmer, and matte. They aren't super pigmented, and they are more luminescent than anything else. I wouldn't say they're particularly creamy either. They're not dry, they're not creamy. The number one ingredient is mica in most of them and all of the shades. So yeah, that's the warmer of the two, and I think I'm gonna like it when I wear it, but these are all, they're, like I said, all the shades are light and not particularly pigmented, really. Okay, so this is Pastel Glow. This is the one I think will be more popular just because you've got the lavender shade, and this is like almost like a silver shade. You can't really see it when I swatch it, but it is silvery. So let's try it out. It's like a minty silver. These are all luminous, shimmery shades. Again, it's the summer collection, so I get it, but also, I don't know, like the Chanel collections can be that way too. They can be more luminous and lighter, and that's fine if you're doing it. And the Tom Ford Soleil is luminous and light, but it can be luminous and light, but it still has to have pigment. So we'll just see how this goes. All right, let's use these shades here, like the peachy tone shades, to create a background for the purple. Yeah, this is very peach, but you can see how it like immediately blends into my skin. It's very shimmery though. Got this really pretty luminescence, but there's not much pigment there. But again, there have been quads and quints that I've said don't look like anything, and there have been people who have written me and said it's too much for me. It's like too much color. It's a preference. It's going to depend on what you're looking for and what you like. Just because it doesn't work for me, or if it works for me, doesn't mean you'll love it, etc. Makeup is, it's gonna fall in there. Makeup is very personal. It depends on what you like. All right, so let's take this shade here and just deepen that up a little bit. If you hear any snoring or grunting, that would be my little pit bull. She's not so little, but Ellie, who likes to come up here and sit in the very expensive chair that I bought for Harper. That's the little blind dog. They actually do very well together. They share the chair. The chair is enormous. It's this huge, it's called a chair and a half, and it's like this chenille material that's incredibly soft. And in fact, my sister wants to steal it from me. Pretty much everyone wants to steal that chair. But it is incredibly comfortable, actually. It's a very comfortable chair. But they actually share it quite nicely. They do really well together, which is surprising. Every once in a while, Harper gets a little grumbly, but for the most part, they get along. But Ellie does snore. So if you hear snoring, that's Ellie. Let's take this purple shade, this lavender shade, use it on the eye, see what that does. It's very pretty. I don't know if I would have put these shades together, but it's actually nice. It's definitely opalescent, this purple. I think you can see that little, how it has a bent to it. It's very pretty. It's a really nice lavender. I do like that. All right, so let's take this sort of like coppery shade, put it over the edge here. I will say it is a very light palette, but you can get, I mean, there is pigment here. It's not like it's, I always refer back to the Bitter Peach palette from Tom Ford that literally I could not get any color out of. To this day, I'm convinced it was like a bad batch because other people used it. And yes, it was very light, but at least it had pigment. Mine had no pigment. It was the weirdest thing. I could not, like I couldn't even scratch it off. I think there was something. But anyway, so that was my worst experience with like luxury makeup because that thing just didn't, something was wrong with it. Okay, it's a very soft look, but it's very pretty. Let's take this center shade and see what it does if I put it on the eye. Yeah, it's an opalescent. It's like it got a shift to it. Let's put it up in the brow area too and just see. Yeah, it's nice, but it's almost like silvery green. Be interested to see how Dior, what they call that shade, because it shifts. It's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna take the deepest shade again, the bronze, and just on the outside here, and then I'm gonna take the purple over it. I just want to see. Yeah, you can build it up a little bit. It's definitely meant to be a light color story, no doubt, but all right, let me put on a little bit of liner, clean up the eye a little bit, and we'll come back. So I'm back with mascara on. This is a pretty quint. It's very, like I said, luminescent. It's nice, but and maybe it's just because I liked the Dior formula before so much, but the formula is okay, but it's not my favorite. It's a very pretty look. It's very light. The lavender and the middle shade are the standout shades, I think, for a light, luminous look, if this is what you're looking for. I think the thing is, though, you could probably find this exact same look with 2 shades. That's just my take. The formula is nice, but not my favorite. It's not super creamy. It did blend extremely well. That is true. But again, it's a nice look. It's a pretty look. If you love it, I get it, but I'll be interested to see the warm one on me and also the other products that are going to come out with Dior. We'll see. And I'll have that video up as soon as I have the new luminizer, and I'll do that with the Coral Flame. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. Hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.